You are most welcome to this press engagement at such a short notice. We appreciate your time and effort, without which we cannot achieve the goal for this press conference. As you may be aware, our backyard, the Upper West region, has been inundated by several alleged acts of brutalities, torture, and molestation visited on innocent civilians, sometimes resulting in death or far-reaching injury to the victims. Noted for being a group of peaceful and accommodating people, we have been restrained most of the time from reacting to such incidents whenever they occur. Sadly, it appears to us that our understanding and accommodating nature has been misconstrued for far too long as a form of weakness, as the misconduct and unprofessionalism from the police continues unabated. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today as a result of an unfortunate incident resulting one of our own called Salifu Sharif, who was virtually abducted by the police about 3 weeks ago, 24th August 2023, and subjected to severe torture and molestation for an alleged motorbike theft. Sharif, who is the driver's mate, was beaten mercilessly after his room was ransacked by police officers without a search warrant and purportedly unlawfully arrested and detained at a so-called police intelligence department located within the precincts of Dobile, a suburb of Wa Township. In addition, they took away his motorbike, bought on hire purchase with payment yet to be completed. To rub salt into injury, the commander of the said Special Police Unit, 1 ASP Eugene Adongo, reportedly requested for an amount of 3,500 Ghana cedis from Mr. Sharif in order for him to secure his release and liberty. When our brother Sharif said he had no money to pay the ransom, one Fatawu, a supposed police informant, whom we all know was an ex-convict or is an ex-convict, took Mr. Sharif's motorbike away and came back with 5,000 Ghana cedis without the motorbike. Out of this amount, 3,500 cedis was given to ASP Eugene Adongo, who then instructed for Sharif to be released. Subsequently, the junior police officers also demanded and took 1,000 Ghana cedis from Fatawu before Sharif was dumped into a tricycle whose driver, out of benevolence, took Mr. Sharif to the hospital for medical attention since he was bleeding profusely all over and could neither stand nor walk. Strangely enough, this police intelligence department had not taken the caution statement of Sharif nor produced the complainant's statement concerning the alleged case of theft for which our brother Sharif was tortured, brutalized, and extorted. This is highly unacceptable and must not be tolerated under the democracy and rule of law we are supposed to be living in. In a related development, on the 5th of February 2023, 3 of our brothers, Yahya Mohammed, assistant headmaster of an SHS in this region, as well as Kamal Din Ismail, a staff of the Food and Drugs Authority, and Mumuni Jibril were handcuffed, made to sit on the floor, tortured and beaten mercilessly with cutlasses when they went to the police intelligence department to make enquiries into why their aunt's home was invaded and searched at about 11 o'clock p.m. with no reason provided to her and no search warrant. ASP Eugene Adongo was reported to have brandished a cutlass at Kamal Din Ismail's head and said he could kill them like dogs and nobody can do anything to them in this region, because he doesn't report to anybody in the region but only to the Inspector General of Police. The 3 were subsequently taken into police custody and made to spend the night in the police cell. And with the help of superior officers at the Regional Police Command, one Frimpong Boateng, who took part in bullying our brothers, was brought into contrived statements which the victims were forced to sign in order to cover up for their crime. As we speak, Mr. Yahya Mohammed is still battling with hearing difficulties and backbone problem due to the molestation suffered in the hands of this so-called intelligent unit of the Ghana Police Service. It is, however, refreshing to note that he has engaged the services of lawyers and the case is currently before the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice charge. And what ASP Adongo and his boys did not know is that the whole incident at that PID office was secretly recorded. It is disheartening to hear some of the things said by people who are paid with our taxes to protect us. These ordeals experienced by Salifu Sharif, Mohammed, Yahya Mohammed, Kamaldeen Ismail, Mumin Jibril, and many others that have not been reported could befall any of us standing here or our friends or family elsewhere. That is the motivation for us to stand up and make our voices heard in pursuit of individual and collective fundamental human rights and freedoms. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, as we address you now, neither the Ghana Police Service nor the officers involved in these matters appear to show any remorse or regrets for their unprofessional conduct. They continue to give lame and untenable reasons for their unprofessional and unwarranted actions meted out to our brothers just to blindfold the public. That is unbefitting of the modern police service bound by ethics and a code of conduct. If we cast our minds back, we woke up in the morning of 10th March this year, 2023, to a sad spectacle of the police anti-robbery unit shooting and killing our brother Shahid unjustifiably and without any basis. In similar fashion, I'm still recounting the number of incidences. The police claimed he was an armed robber, but has not been able to prove their allegation up to date. We can also recollect vividly how one BB of blessed memory was allegedly pulled over from his motorbike by police officers, and in the process smashed his head and he died instantly. In Wakejentia, a police officer discharged his firearm, killing one Salahuddin, for which no investigation or punishment has been meted out. They kill us like goats and sheep in this town, and we cannot retaliate. We are compelled to recount these sad moments in order to drum home the point that this impunity and recklessness by the police in Wa has gone on unchecked for far too long and ought to be stopped before another of us falls victim. What happened to the IGP's promise of better policing for the people of Upper West Region following the unjustifiable killing of Shahid? How long will we continue to suffer such injuries in the hands of the police? Are people from this region less important human beings to be treated anyhow? Or is it the case we do not have leaders in this region to fight for our welfare? We are using this most recent case involving Mr. Sharif to make some demands from duty bearers to serve as deterrent to these erring and reckless police officers. We demand, among others, 1, that the Ghana Police Service or its officers involved in this matter should pay for the medical expenses of Mr. Sharif, of the medical expenses he incurred at the hospital. 2, that the Ghana Police Service and its officers involved should bear the cost of the upkeep of Sharif for the period that he would not be able to attend upon his duties as a driver's mate in order to fend for himself. 3, that the Ghana Police Service and its officers involved should render a public apology to Mr. Sharif and compensate him appropriately for defaming and denigrating his reputation by wrongfully associating him with a crime of thefts. 4, that the Ghana Police Service and its officers involved be investigated for extortion and the appropriate sanctions applied. We understand that Mr. Sharif, through his lawyers, has already lodged an official complaint with the Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice, with copies served on the Minister for the Interior, as well as the Upper West Regional Minister and the Inspector General of the Ghana Police Service. It is our expectation that the Shraj will do a thorough and impartial investigation into this matter, as well as that of Mr. Yahya Mohammed, for justice to prevail. We are also taking this step to call on all the powers that be, particularly the indefatigable Upper West Regional Minister, who doubles as chairman of the Regional Security Council, to do the needful to prevent these needless and provocative incidences which have the tendency of resulting to retaliatory attacks on the police personnel, consequences of which will be dire and regrettable. We further call for a thorough scrutiny of the operations of the said Police Intelligence Department, especially within the Wa municipality and the region at large. If the police hierarchy cannot control their operations, then we demand that they leave our region. Without prejudice to the outcome of any investigations on the current matter and others before it, we demand the immediate transfer of the erring officers, especially ASP Eugene Adongo, who is allegedly leading this department straight out of this region. We believe his continued stay and oversight of the PID will not help in calming tempers of affected residents and their relations. We wish to serve notice through this press conference that we would not sit aloof for any deviant and unprofessional police officer to torment us and trample upon our rights. We are grateful for your attendance and thank you all for coming.